Well, now joined by head coach Jim Harbaugh. And, Coach, I know there's been a lot of discussion over the past weekend of things that happened on Saturday that all should have been about the victory, and we'll talk about that in a second. But the two guys that were involved in the altercation in the tunnel, Jamon Green and Jaden McBurrows, how are those guys doing?
As good as can be expected, John. They have some injuries, and it's traumatic. I mean, it's traumatic for me to watch it. It's sickening to watch the videos. Let alone the two young men that went through it and their families. And we're just going through it now. I mean, that's what we're doing. It's unprecedented. It's uncharted waters. But we're just. I'm gonna do my best today.
Yeah.
And that's all I ask. All we can do. Ask the other guys to do that, and we'll, as a team, we support Jamon and Jaden and in every way possible.
We talked about it last week in context of on-field things, like after a play, after a whistle, and you talked about that with your players and you shared it with us. How much do you talk about to your players how they carry themselves outside of that 3.5 hours, whether it's in the tunnel or it's on campus?
In a first-class manner, and I think our guys do a tremendous job of that. But that's definitely what we strive to do our very best on the field and off, and to treat others in a first-class manner, the way you would want to be treated yourself.
The game itself, 29-7, a win for you guys. Some positives, some things that I know we talked about post-game that you guys want to work on. But now that you've seen the film of the game, your thoughts of the performance of your team in attaining the first goal that you set out.
I thought it was a tremendous effort. Clearly won all three phases: the offense, the defense, the special teams, and thoroughly. For 60 minutes. It was times things we didn't do so well. Getting the ball inside the 10-yard line with first and goal and not putting it in the end zone twice. Definitely things we can work on. Not our best, because our best would have been, scoring those touchdowns. But in terms of just methodically, taking over the game and clearly winning it in convincing fashion, our team did that in all three phases.
J.J. McCarthy, the numbers obviously don't jump off the page. There's other numbers that we'll talk about from Blake Corum and some other aspects, but it was his first time in a huge moment like that, again, a rivalry game as the starter. What did you see from him, not just on the field in terms of numbers and production, but as you well know, the quarterback's got to be the leader in the huddle. And I know you guys don't huddle that much anymore, but sometimes. On the field, sometimes, yeah. But what did you see from him as a leader? I just see him getting better and better every game. Whether it's at home, on the road, in all situations. Third down was huge. Quarterback efficiency in this game, really good again, but a huge difference. We converted some third downs, kept drives alive. 4, 5, 6 drive time of possession, 40 minutes, and a big part of that was converting those third downs and getting a new set of downs. And sometimes JJ did it throwing the intermediate pass, 13, 15, 16. 20, 28 yard gains, but also you're running with the football, 22-yard gains, 16-yard gains to move the chains, and did it in a very efficient manner. Is that something that you want to provide the opportunity for him to do more, is to be able to pick up some of those first downs with his feet? Oh yeah, I think it's as he plays his game, as he learns out what his game is, those things. Here's a new toy. You know, I can run. I can go pick up this first down. They're in man-to-man coverage, and away he goes. And he's so quick and fast. I mean, can really see some of that speed. You know, we've seen him do it when he escapes the pocket to the right or the left. You know, I call that you know, a front door or a back door. But now he's getting up scrambling in the A gap or the B gap. You know, straight up the field when there's a running lane, really becoming a check down. You know, instead of throwing the check down, he's becoming the check down. He's got the athletic ability to do that. The other one was when he stepped out of the free rusher. Yeah, had a free rusher in his face that didn't get blocked, and he was able to you know, dive a little to the left, and then come out running with his eyes downfield, and then hit Luke Schoonmaker down inside the 10-yard line.
And I know this will probably sound, or it may sound to some of our listeners like a broken record, but it's a record we love to play. Blake Corum.
Yeah, we do love playing that record. I mean, it's too late to say he's emerging as a Heisman finalist, an MVP candidate. He's already that, over 100 yards in each of the Big Ten games, 33 carries in this last ball game. Just another tremendous performance by him, whether he's running the ball, blocking, doing it all really for our football team. Short yardage, first down, second down, third down. You know, what a player.
Would you like to get your receivers more involved? I know in this game, hey, you're running the ball for 276 yards. Last week against Penn State, or 2 weeks ago, it was over 400 yards, and it's not your job to stop yourselves. But as the season goes on, do you feel like you need to get your receivers more involved in the game plan?
We got tremendous receivers. You know, 1 week, Ronnie Bell gets targeted 13 times and has 11 catches. Cornelius Johnson has a big game. Another game, Luke Schoonmaker, you know, has a huge game. Andrell Anthony, I'd love to see Andrell. You know, we all would get some more targets, and I think that's going to happen. A.J. Henning contributes a ton. Roman Wilson's had big games, 2 touchdown games. So you know, in a way, there every guy isn't going to have the 13 target game each game. You know, it's just not possible. But you know, our guys are playing very unselfishly. It's not if they don't have the ball, they are willing blockers. I mean, Blake Corum having some of the days and some of the big runs. You don't have a plus 50 run without the wide receivers blocking not only on the perimeter, but the safeties. And again, you see Ronnie Bell, you see Cornelius Johnson, Roman Wilson. I mean, they are so good when it comes to blocking on the edge, but also blocking the safeties. And the safeties, as you know, I mean, those guys are much stouter than the corners.
Yeah, and Blake Corum, one thing I really enjoyed this past week is his ability to fill gaps and pick up linebackers or safeties coming off the edge. He did a great job in blitz pickup, but we're going to take a quick break. When we come back, I want to talk about defense as well as a special performance on special teams. Tonight's show is brought to you by Meyer, presenting sponsor of the 2022 Michigan football season and proud supporter of hundreds of local sports teams across the Midwest. This is Inside Michigan Football from Learfield. Welcome back to Inside Michigan Football. Jim Harbaugh, head coach at the University of Michigan, joins us again. And, Coach, let's start off with I just totally blew his name. Your kicker.
Jake Moody.
Sorry.
That was me all the time.
Welcome back to Inside Michigan Football. And Jim Harbaugh joins us again, head coach at the University of Michigan here on the football program. And Jake Moody. 5 for 5. He is a tremendous weapon, reliable. I don't. Maybe you don't want to say this or not, but we were watching in warm-ups, and we saw him good from 55, from 56. He obviously hit the 54. What is Jake Moody's range?
I think if he's got the wind, it's it's probably 60. Into the wind, 50, 55, 52 maybe, depending on the wind. But his range is 50 plus, 55 plus.
Doesn't seem to matter the hash. I mean, he's in the middle of the field.
I don't think he does
it.
have to have a favorite hash. He's never been one of those kickers that's employing the offense to get the ball in the left hash or get the ball in the middle or get the ball in the right hash. He's very good from all parts of the field. And you also have to, give credit to Brad Robbins, the holder, and Greg Tarr, the snapper. Was William Wagner. Wags is out for the year, but Greg Tarr has stepped in, and that's a battery. That's much like a pitcher catcher. That's a 3-person sequence, and two of them gotta be really good. The kick and either the hold or the snap, both. But all when you get all three. The other thing too is. Another really good game, Kenneth Grant, in particular, the protection. You can't have people in the backfield. Kenneth's been a huge protector for us in there on field goal, and the rest of the field goal unit has done a great job. But just like anything else, it all works together, and snapper, holder, kicker, and protection have been outstanding.
It's nice to have those stout 330 bodies to put up there.
They're gifts.
Yes. Defensively, you look, and obviously we know the one touchdown in the first half, but after that, it was turnover on downs. You had the half, and then it was punt, turnover on downs, punt, interception. The defense felt like it was dominant all day, save for maybe two pass completions.
Yeah, second half, and you really go to the third downs, 3 and out. The third downs, it didn't matter if it was 3rd and 4 or 3rd and 6 or 3rd and 3 or 3rd and 15 or 3rd and whatever it was. Our defense did an incredible job getting off the field, setting up 2 fourth downs that we were able to get turnovers on downs. But seeming to just keep getting better and better.
Junior Colson, again, led you guys in tackles.
Do you have 10?
10 tackles. 4 of them were solo, 1 tackle for loss.
Yeah.
He just seems to be getting better and better.
Yeah, he is. He sure is having a great season. Prototypical linebacker, middle linebacker in every way, who can really run as well. Chris Jenkins had a great game. He had a bunch of tackles. Great to see Rod Moore with like 5 tackles and an interception, and Makari Page on the 1 4th down. He was able to get his shoulder in there just right at the right time to keep the ball carrier from going over the line of scrimmage, and ton of really good play. Mike Morris had a sack and another really good game. DJ Turner had a heck of a game, I thought, and so it was a lot of guys to point to for like player of the game or honorable mention, et cetera.
Well, Mike Elson's going to join us in the next couple of segments. Chris Jenkins after that. You mentioned Chris, but he seems to be one of those guys that is as versatile as you're going to find defensively. You see him line up at really any position up front. Could you just share some thoughts on his development since he's been here in Ann Arbor in your program and what you've seen from him this year?
Yeah, development in the program has been freakish. I mean, some of the things he does in the measurables and in the strength, but also strength and power world, but also the speed and agility world, very not a lot of people can do, let's face it. And he's got a nose for the ball, high motor, super tough. Never had a bad day either. I mean, if you're gonna have him on the show, great. I mean, he's gonna brighten your day. And the listeners too. He
he affects everybody in a positive manner.
Well, Coach, best of luck as you prepare for Rutgers. I know we got another night game coming as we go to Piscataway, but we'll talk to you next week.
All right.